Welcome to Supply Chain Short Takes, a brief discussion with an industry expert on important issues affecting supply chain management. I'm Dave Maloney. I'm the Group Editorial Director at DC Velocity and Supply Chain Exchange. Joining me today is Doug Schuchart. He's the Global Intralogistics Industry Manager at Beckhoff, a manufacturer of automation and technology. Doug has been with Beckhoff since 2007, and he has more than 27 years of experience in industrial automation and controls, and more than 8 of those years has been focused on intralogistics and material handling industry management. Welcome, Doug. It's good to have you back with us again today.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate being here.
Our pleasure. Doug, for those not familiar with Beckhoff, can you share a bit about your company and its role in the supply chain industry?
Sure. Beckhoff is a leading automation technology supplier. We produce industrial PC technology, PLCs, IOs, drive technology, and mechatronics. But we're also the developer of the well-known EtherCAT technology, which we have made completely open on the marketplace and has become the fastest growing and largest installed field bus in the world.
So today we're going to be looking at and asking the question, can cabinet-free automation transform intralogistics and material handling equipment? So to begin with, we're hearing more and more about machine-mounted controls equipment, near-motor drives, and other IP67 rated controls making their way into material handling equipment. What is Beckhoff's history in this category, and do you have any notable new technologies to share about it?
Yeah, absolutely. Beckhoff for many years has developed technology to replace controls that traditionally have gone into a cabinet and enabled those to go directly onto the equipment. So we started out with IOs, drive technology. Later on, we have industrial PC that can be directly mounted to equipment. And all of this over time has led us towards our vision for really the next automation technology, and that would be completely replacing the cabinet and supplying cabinet-free automation, which we announced just over a year ago, our MX cabinet-free automation. And this is the next generation, if you will, of automation.
Now, Doug, you're talking about cabinet-free automation and controls. Do you think it's truly possible to completely eliminate all the control cabinets found in a warehouse?
Yeah, 100%. And that's why I really talked about the history of leading up to this, because this is not something that we just undertook overnight. This is something that has been something we've been paving to do for quite some time. We've had a vision to completely eliminate cabinets. And so we've taken steps at that over time and now have all the building blocks available on the market to completely replace control cabinets.
What are some of the general advantages of completely eliminating all of those control cabinets?
Yeah, Dave, well, not the least of which would be the flexibility. If you consider a fixed cabinet to the floor of a warehouse or fulfillment center, changing up that facility in any way, those cabinets are really inflexible, and all the cables that are connected between the cabinet and the equipment. So flexibility is really key. But also, Beckhoff's cabinet-free MX is fully connectorized. So faster replacements with lower skill involved to make those replacements, and zero wiring errors in making those replacements. Also, MX takes advantage of Beckhoff's OCA, or one cable automation, which is hybrid cables that combine power and communication with internationally standardized connectors. So think of like a sorter or a piece of equipment that's too large and has to be broken down for shipment. Beckhoff's MX, the controls for each section of that equipment can be placed in those areas that are broken down, and they can be reconnected at a facility with a single cable. So significantly reducing installation time and installation labor. So those are some of the biggest benefits.
Doug, in looking at this technology, are there unique advantages for an OEM or a warehouse integrator versus an end user?
Yeah, when you think about the OEM, for one thing, it's going to provide them a very significant advantage over companies that are doing traditional controls in cabinet. So that's a pretty obvious one, technical advantage. But they are able to produce these modules and standardize their equipment and have fewer resources required for installation because their installation time is going to be so much shortened. They're going to have less engineering. And typically with that, you'll see significantly less schematics, less engineering drawings. So reduced engineering is a big part of that for the OEM. On the end user side, having to support the machine, now you're able to support the machine without worrying about getting a qualified electrician to open a cabinet, arc flash concerns. You've got standard modules that are very easy to replace. So just stock modules that can be replaced, plug and play. So again, less skilled labor to maintain equipment. There's significantly more diagnostics. So overall for the end user, adding that flexibility, improving uptime or machine availability are two of the really significant benefits for the end user.
Yeah, it makes sense. Do you anticipate cabinet-free automation changing the primary equipment in a distribution or fulfillment center?
Yeah, I really believe that it is the next big change in automation technology and that we will continue to see companies move more towards near machine and automation and completely eliminate cabinets. We're already seeing for several years interest in more IP67 technology to put directly on a machine. And now being able to have those building blocks to completely eliminate cabinets, not just distribute smaller cabinets or distribute IOs or drives, but completely eliminate all the cabinets. That's a game changer for many OEMs and for the end users. I would say this is a technology that is generating as much interest by the end user, if not more, than the OEM themselves.
Doug, that sounds really intriguing. How would someone get more information about the technology that we have talked about today?
We can learn more about Beckhoff by visiting us at beckhoff.com.
Thanks, Doug. We're really happy that you were able to come on today and share some of this new intriguing technology.
Thank you, Dave.
We've been talking today with Doug Schuchart. He's the Global Intralogistics Industry Manager at Beckhoff, and this has been Supply Chain Short Takes.